Good morning from Disturbia on the 17th of November 2025. How often have I heard or read in the last several years that Jesus is coming, our King is coming. It won't be long until Jesus comes for his millennial reign on the earth. I've made a couple videos on this, and I don't know if I've really been able to present a compelling argument for the truth, which is that there is no millennial reign of Christ on the earth. Due to the dialectic of the forces that should not be, this left-right paradigm, which is actually non-binary, non-binding, and leads to a kind of hive mind. People are in a disconnect. The issue is, too, that the Bible is not necessarily always written in order. And it can be very confusing. But I do believe that that the confusion of Babylon has been injected into the Bible so that it is not readily understood. But I do believe that this also coincides with the will of God, that his creation, the pinnacle of creation, is indeed equipped to understand his word, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, if we apply our hearts unto wisdom. What's really interesting to me is with all of this talk about millennial reign, which is satanic, if you look at the occult authors, Blavatsky, Alice Bailey in her externalization of the hierarchy, you will understand that the golden age of Lucifer is the millennial reign. Lucifer, Satan, is going to remanifest on the earth. What's interesting to me is that this has all been laid out for us in Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 2, which corresponds perfectly with what Jesus said, with what Daniel said, with what John is saying, with what Peter said, and yet it is completely overlooked, completely avoided. It just totally falls under the table when people are talking about the return of the Messiah. If you take a look at Matthew 24, there are other places where Jesus says this, but Matthew 24 seems to be the go-to chapter for the end of time. Jesus' disciples asked him, what signs should we be looking for, and what is the sign of the end of time? And yet people think that a millennial reign is going to start. So right there we have a problem. We also have the issue of the fact that Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world. Ergo, he is not going to come and set up a millennial kingdom on the earth. He could have done that already. Why didn't he? The world is waxing worse and worse. What makes people believe that Jesus is going to come and they're going to accept him when he's already been crucified once for telling the truth? Babylon is a realm of lies and confusion. That is why the truth does not belong in this realm. That is why anybody that tells the truth is going to be marginalized, rejected, probably ultimately killed. Jesus does say there will come a time when the forces will kill you thinking that they've done God a favor, and they have. They've done their God a favor. We always have to differentiate between the forces and the powers. The forces of Satan and the power of God. Two different things. Do not mix them up, otherwise you're going to be completely confused. And that is the ultimate goal of Babylon. And Babylon knows that people don't read their Bible. People feel assured when they belong to a group of people, masses of people. For example, in the church, they feel assured that they're being told the truth and that they're all going to go to heaven together because they go to church and their pastor would not lie to them. This is a realm of confusion. And church is helping to propagate that confusion. Salvation is for the individual. That's why the individual must go to God and let God teach him. Any teacher on the internet that asks you to PayPal him or buy him a coffee should be rejected out of hand. No one should ask for money for telling you the truth, or beg for money, or tell you they need a new laptop with better features and more capabilities to show you more images that are more compelling. Nobody. Leastwise a Christian. And the interesting thing too is that the church touts Paul, but they're not looking at 2 Thessalonians. You know why? Because 2 Thessalonians probably was not even written by Paul. And they knew this. The forces that should not be are so devious, but it is very, very difficult for anyone to believe that they've been deceived. And yet what did Jesus say? Be not deceived. Do not believe any man. Let God be true, because every man ultimately is a liar. That's the problem with us. We're living in a dimension of lies. We learn lies. And they're near and dear to us. They become near and dear to us because we're taught them from a very young age. What does it say here? Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled neither in spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, that the day of the Lord is at hand. The day of the Lord. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first. These people talking about a millennium, guess what they're talking about? They're talking about revival. It is a revival of Kundalini. It is a revival of satanic demonic spirit on the earth, which manifests in bloodshed and deceit. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Who is the man of sin? Satan. He will manifest, and people will worship his image. The whole world will follow after the beast, according to Revelation 13. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. This is the millennial reign, which will only last for 1 hour. This is Satan wanting to be God. He did it once already. He has shown us in Matthew, I believe it's chapter 4, I'm not sure, that he took the Almighty, God in the flesh, Emmanuel, up to the top of the mountain and said, all this shall be thine if you fall down and worship me. This is what Satan will say again. The thing about the scriptures and the prophecies, I should say, is that they are often fulfilled twice. It's like a double portion of the truth so that people get it. It's all been demonstrated for us, and this is why we must line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, discern rightly. As tantalizing as it is and tempting to believe that Jesus, our King, is coming soon to rule and reign on the earth, what about his chosen people? They reject Christ. So which Christ is coming now? They're waiting for their Moshiach. And they hate Christ. Ergo, it is the Antichrist, right? He opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. This is the so-called little season. Satan will be released, Revelation 9:11, and he will be given a little season, Revelation 20, and he will rule for 1 hour, Revelation 17 and 18. Please do not conflate issues. Babylon is all about conflating issues, and that's why we're all mixed up. It's very hard to see through this. Very, very hard, and you're going to get a lot of resistance. Look at the Messiah. He said, the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. Why? Because he was on the run. Those Pharisees were trying to kill him, those children of Esau. Just after he was born and just a couple of years old. Please read the Bible. Please figure it out. I'm trying to help. But if you listen to doctrines of demons, have itching ears, you're never going to get it. The mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he that who letteth will let till he be taken out of the way. Now that's a conundrum right there. God will let Satan be manifested. There's no question about it. And then shall that wicked be revealed, by whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. He will come with all power and signs and lying wonders. He will receive a deadly head wound and appear to resurrect. Probably he will have one eye. The forces that should not be call their God. These ministers of Baal call him the all-seeing eye. Joyce Meyer has even referred to him as the all-seeing eye. We know in Zechariah that this Antichrist has one eye and a shriveled up arm. I don't know if that's true about the shriveled up arm. It may be. We shall see. But do not be deceived. Do not be soon shaken in mind. With all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. We must love the truth. Otherwise, we will not be saved. That's the whole thing. And it is a process. It's very hard to find the truth. It's very difficult to expose lies. It's not difficult to expose them, but the consequences can be harrowing. Now, another issue is, how does this millennial reign, supposedly of Jesus Christ on the earth, our King who is coming soon, and so on, coincide with the destruction of Babylon? We learn in Jeremiah, when the 70 years are fulfilled, I will punish the king of Babylon and his nation and the land of the Babylonians for their guilt, declares the Lord. Who is Babylon? Babylon is Esau. Jeremiah 29:10. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished. That could be 70 years, it could be 75 years, it could be 80 years. It's whatever God says it is. But according to Psalm 90, which I did not put up, there is a time frame between 70 years and 80 years. So I do believe that this thing is going to go down quickly now, because we're coming up to the 78th year of Mystery Babylon. Counterfeit Israel, founded on the blood of the children of Jacob in World War I and World War II. Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you, and causing you to return to this place. You might say, well, Babylon was already destroyed. No, it was not. Esau's Babylon. He still has his yoke on the children of Jacob, Israel, and only God can break that yoke. And it has partially been broken now, because I see it, maybe some of you see it, and there are others that see it, but unfortunately they're not really willing to speak out because they're afraid. They're afraid. But what did Jesus say? You lose your life, you will find it. If you seek to hang on to your life, you will lose it. Daniel 9. The first year of his reign, I, Darius, understood by the books the number of the years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolations of what? Jerusalem, the wicked, bloody city, according to Nahum 3, Habakkuk, and according to Jesus Christ himself. So, what I'm saying is, this millennial reign does not align with the fact that counterfeit Israel, Mystery because it says it's 1,000 years. So when this king comes, supposedly he'll come for 1,000 years, but according to Revelation 17 and 18, he will only rule for 1 hour. And then Babylon will be destroyed. There's so many verses in the Bible about Babylon being destroyed. Look in Isaiah, look in Jeremiah, look in Revelation. Maybe I'll do some more videos on those. But just know that the man of sin is coming, just like 2 Thessalonians said, which coincides with what Jesus said about the abomination of desolation, and Daniel talked about the abomination that causes desolation. And in Revelation, we learn that those people that tell the truth, Revelation 20, will be beheaded for the truth. And this beheading coincides with the Noahide laws that say that you shall not worship more than one God. And the Noahides insist that Christians, believers in the truth, are Trinitarians. They believe in a Trinity, when in fact they believe in the Trinity. So much of what Mystery Babylon does is project their evil on those people that tell the truth.